Hello everyone, my name is Karina Thorne and welcome to this video presentation on telecollaboration. This is the second of a two-part series. In the first video, a discussion of the difficulties faced at the individual level, that is, the difficulties faced by learners on telecollaborative exchanges, took place. Now some solutions and strategies to overcome these barriers will be put forward. But first of all, what is telecollaboration? According to O'Dowd and Ritter, telecollaboration refers to the use of online communication tools to bring together language learners in different countries for the development of collaborative work and intercultural exchange. In this way, by promoting internationalization and enhancing physical mobility amongst language learners, telecollaboration furthers the advancement of learner autonomy, foreign language competence, intercultural awareness, and online literacy skills. In the previous video, we established that a number of factors contribute to making telecollaboration a challenging endeavour. Indeed, the challenges were taken from examples in the literature. Telecollaborative networks in university higher education, overcoming barriers to integration by Robert O'Dowd. Understanding and working with failed communication in telecollaborative exchanges by O'Dowd and Ritter. Missed communication in online communication, tensions in a German-American telecollaboration by Ware. And the practices and challenges of telecollaboration in higher education in Europe by Helm. In the previous video, these challenges, that is to say, social, institutional, and motivational factors from the learner perspective, were grouped and discussed as follows. 1. The learner's current level of intercultural communicative competence. 2. Prestige values of cultures and languages. 3. Credit and grades. 4. Technology access. 5. Linguistic conventions and interactional purpose. 6. Use of time. These factors were shown to be interrelated. So now we will discuss the solutions and strategies which may be adopted to overcome these interrelated difficulties. Finally, for those interested in exploring telecollaboration further, some resources will be recommended. According to the works mentioned above, the challenges facing individual participants of telecollaborative exchanges are numerous, and yet, despite these difficulties, there are solutions which may help us achieve success with telecollaborations. Here is a visualization of the solutions and strategies from the learner perspective. The solutions and strategies are: 1. Discuss expectations and norms with learners. 2. Provide learners with basic online communication training. 3. Blend telecollaboration creatively to adapt to local student needs. A good online collaborative project involves interpersonal communication. Effective interpersonal communication means that group members communicate with each other on a regular basis and are careful to ensure that their communication is clear and relevant. Dooley, 2008. Not only sharing one's opinion, but respecting different opinions. Not only reflecting on what one has learnt, but also reflecting on the entire learning process. Therefore, in order to ensure online exchanges start off on a level footing, it may be good to ascertain not only the expectations of participants prior to the start, but also their cultural awareness and even their digital literacy. Indeed, O'Dowd and Ritter advise us that students should also be encouraged to discuss usage and norms and expectations with their online peers. However, there is also value in teachers doing this with their own learners face to face in the classroom, where they are encouraged to put forward ideas about what they hope to gain, confirm their digital skills, and pose questions about time constraints and grades. In fact, O'Dowd and Ritter more pointedly suggest that through explicit class discussions, students can jointly analyse published episodes of successful and unsuccessful communication before the exchange begins. In the literature, there are many examples of using reflection and text to increase critical cultural awareness, such as worksheet number 1. Here, this example is taken from Robert O'Dowd's Telecollaboration, Developing Intercultural Language Learning Through Online Exchanges. Unfortunately, at the time of this recording, the web link was not available, but please do check it again soon. Teachers of new or shy students may consider conducting online surveys, even before pre-exchange briefings, where learners may remain anonymous and still have the opportunity to describe their motivations and expectations, perceived language and ICC levels, and digital skills. There are a number of free online survey websites that allow users to tailor-make questionnaires to fit individual contexts. For example, Zoho Survey, Typeform, Survey Gizmo, Google Forms, and SurveyMonkey. A list of online survey tools has been prepared and is available at Listly. For telecollaborative exchanges, O'Dowd and Ritter ask us to consider netiquette. And if you are a teacher with young learners, then the issue of safety is particularly pertinent. Netiquette combines the word network with etiquette, representing the set of rules that govern behavior when communicating on the internet. Whether it be young or adult learners, in order to keep them safe, they need time to discuss and understand netiquette before starting a telecollaborative project. There are many resources available online which support teachers introducing the topic of online behaviour to their students. For example, the Core Rules of Netiquette at albion.com, Netiquette Guidelines by Edutopia, and Lizzie Brennan has prepared a video for netiquette for young students, available on YouTube. A list of these netiquette resources have been prepared and are available at Listly. In Hawke and Young's research into multimodal environments, they report of a 2-week familiarization stage where students were given technical training and time to play with tools. Indeed, the success of this type of learning clearly depends on all participants' awareness of the potential uses and abuses of the special affordances available to everyone. Teachers may choose to create screencasts or online video recordings of themselves using the digital tools of choice for telecollaboration and talking the students through the stages of using them. Popular screencasting tools include Jing, Snagit, Screencast-O-Matic, and Cam Studio. A list of these screencasting resources have been prepared and are available on Listly. That said, in terms of technology, we must not assume that all students are digital natives. A lack in digital literacy can negatively affect the online exchange, so basic training is necessary. Lee's 2009 work on promoting intercultural exchanges with blogs and podcasting highlights the importance of training, not only training in the function and the use of digital tools, but also how to establish and maintain online relationships, and how to give effective feedback. It is essential that students know how to use the tools that they will be required for the upcoming online exchange if they are to successfully establish online relationships with their cross-cultural partners. Which leads us on to using class time to model effective correction. Here, instructions by the teacher should be clear and explicit. And doing tasks in class that build on what students have just learned in the last telecollaborative activity should all be part of the telecollaboration plan from the offset. Vinagre and Minoz in 2011 look at computer-mediated corrective feedback and language accuracy. Their study reveals that the types of correction made by students is often inadequate. The questionnaire that they carried out was revealing in that the students seemed to offer corrections as they saw fit. For example, making corrections but not explaining them. Perhaps this shows that even more focus needs to be put on how to give full feedback and in what format. Similarly, there were limited instances of error recycling in that telecollaboration. It seems that although the students' perceptions of their own errors and actual errors were aligned, they did not go that step further and recycle the errors that were highlighted to them, despite being strongly encouraged to do so. It seems there was a disconnect in the value of error recycling. Perhaps more of a discussion can be had with students in class on this topic. As tools for assessing and reflecting are vital, then following an example, such as the one shown, can help teachers give learners advice about their own language production. O'Dowd and Ware's 2008 study on peer feedback in language form reveals that the feedback given was limited in scope and accuracy. In this way, asking students to give explicit grammatical feedback is only worthwhile if training has been given. Training being a good example of when and how to give feedback. Fortunately, the appendices of this paper give not only good examples of telecollaborative activities, but also instructions to be given to students on how to provide linguistic feedback. For example, how to correct your partner's writing, as shown here. Finally, if the online project is blended creatively to adapt to students' needs, then this increases the value and importance of the exchange in the eyes of the learners. An example is that of Eva Toth, a telecollaborator and organizer of the project Let's Get Down to E-Business. Through this project, Eva ensured that her students saw the relevance and value of their exchanges by becoming critical thinkers. She motivated her students through real-life practical activities related to the jobs her students were interested in. And through the integrated use of a selection of digital tools, they developed their creativity by brainstorming names for fictional companies, writing job adverts for fake jobs, drafting their CVs and applying for these jobs. They collaborated with each other in class and with 2 other groups of students in 2 neighbouring countries, and a lot of the communication was mediated in English. In this way, by participating in an online exchange, her learners acquired much sought after 21st century skills. In conclusion, intercultural exchange seeks to break down barriers, but evidence suggests they may uphold stereotypes and leave students divided and even estranged from their telecollaboration partners. Misinterpretations and misunderstandings may occur, and everything from differences in interactional purpose to differences in using linguistic conventions may serve as a barrier to positive interaction. But although failures in telecollaboration are inevitable, they can be mitigated with forward thinking and forward planning. A critical analysis of a completed telecollaboration would provide food for thought in terms of do's and don'ts, what to avoid and what to prioritize. As put forward by O'Dowd and Ritter, the techniques and practices for teachers should include taking an ongoing action research approach to classes, collecting and analysing online interactions and subsequent feedback from students. This is surely the best way forward for a successful telecollaboration. If you are interested in exploring telecollaboration further, here are some literature recommendations. Similarly, here are some telecollaboration website recommendations. Thank you for watching.